What is going on, everybody? How you all doing out there? I hope this video is finding you well. Welcome back to Get Right On In. My name is Andrew, for those of you who do not know, and today I am going to be talking about the Olympics Readathon over on the Shelf Space Discord. Anyone who has been following me for a while, especially back in December, might remember when I was doing the Reindeer Games Readathon from the Shelf Space Discord, and while this time I don't think I will be reading as much, I am a team captain on this round, so I am super excited about this. And although I do not think I will have a book to fit all 16 prompts, I still wanted to go over what I had planned so far. So with all that now out of the way, without further ado, let's get right on in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put the prompts up right here for you all to look at for just a moment. I will also have the Shelf Space Discord linked down in that description box for anyone who is not already a part of that. This is a team-based readathon, so it is not an individual one, which is why I just said I am a team captain. I'm super excited about it this time, although it does look like it's going to be a lot bigger than the last one that we had. I think the last one there was only like 9 people per team, and now it's looking like it might be closer to like 20. So it's gonna be interesting to have a team to manage that's gonna be this big. But the questionnaire for the readathon just has you choosing how many books you think you will read throughout the month. So you have either 1 to 5, 5 to 10, or 10 to 16 to fit all of the prompts. Although I managed to read like 12 books and like 10,000 pages or something like that on the last readathon, I this time said I was only gonna be reading about 5 books, and I have chosen 6. But the last time I did all of this, I changed basically every book anyway. So we'll see how this goes, but I at least wanted to have some idea of how I was going to come into this. So first up for Zeus, which is the prompt featuring a kingdom or a patriarchy. Okay, here's the thing. I have said that I'm going to read The Final Empire from Mistborn every month this year, and I still haven't even opened this little plastic wrap from when Jessie from the Bookish Mom bought this for me for Christmas. So, here we go, on camera. I'm finally going to open this up. Maybe. Oh, it's like it doesn't want me to read it. Okay, there we go. Alright, hello Pepper. I have officially now taken Mistborn / The Final Empire out of the trilogy pack here, so I intend on reading this book so that I can finish this series and stop talking about how I wish I had read all of these books. So here we go, I have officially taken it out of the bag, I have officially unwrapped the trilogy, and I think that it's going to be finally time to read this book. Next up, under the Hestia prompt, which is to read a book with a found family trope, I am hopefully going to be going with The Wastelands by Stephen King. I have been loving watching Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative reading this series for the first time and chronicling her journey on her own Discord with some of her fellow Discord mates. And I got so jealous that when I discovered that Scribd has all of the audiobooks available in their library, I decided to listen to them again so I could catch up. The Wastelands is assuming that I will finish the drawing of the 3 by the end of this month, which is assuming that I will finish the Brothers Karamazov on audio by the end of this month that I've been working on since I think like February, so I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But for now, I plan on re-continuing my journey into the Dark Tower series with The Wastelands, which I'm super excited about because this is one of my favorite series, and I'm enjoying the fact that I get to listen to it on audiobook now. I've read it twice, so I already know what's going on, but it's definitely interesting and different to listen to it on the audio. I enjoyed The Gunslinger a lot more than I did when I read it by itself, so that's saying something. So we will see how this one goes. Next up, under Demeter, which is to read a book with food on the cover, I am going with Sweet Spot by Amy Ettinger, which is, I guess, just chronicling her time on an ice cream binge across America. I'm not sure, but this definitely sounds interesting. I got this book from Kim over at Bookmarks and Breadsticks because she has her little Read It and Eat subscription box that comes out seasonally, and this was the book for the season. For those of you who do not know, she has hired me to do some of her web content recently, so this was one of the things that I was going to write about, so I'm going to read this book just to see what it's all about. And I'm going to have a nice big bowl of ice cream ready to go because apparently I'm going to need one at all times reading this. this, so hopefully I can read it fast so I don't eat too much ice cream. Next up, under the Aphrodite Prompt, which is to read a book with a beautiful cover, I am going with Legendborn because I have wanted to read this book for a while. I think this cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm thankful for Allie over at Kisty Reads for gifting me this book because I think it was her second copy or spare copy or something like that. So I've had this one for a couple of months now, and because I think that this is a beautiful cover, regardless of what Alan from the Library of Alexandria may or may not say, I'm gonna read this one because I think it's pretty, and I think that it should be a pretty easy read to get through for this readathon as well. Next up, under the Aries Prompt, which is to read a military-centered sci-fi or fantasy book, I am hopefully going to go with The Dragon Republic. I actually have to check and make sure that one of the 38 libraries that I have access to down here in San Diego has this book. I haven't checked yet, but I'm sure they have it somewhere, and if not, I don't know. But I read The Poppy War for the last readathon, and I really would like to continue this series, so I mean, I might as well just carry on, right? And last up for the Athena Prompt, which is to read a book with political intrigue. I am not all the way sure if this is going to count or not, but I am also a team captain, so part of me feels like I'm just gonna let it count regardless of who says what, but I at least am tentatively going to go with American Psycho, because here's the thing, I hear that this is supposed to have something to do with capitalism in some weird way. I'm not really all the way sure, but I really want to read this book. I just got it from Evie at She Was Only Evie, and I think that this could fit, and if it doesn't, I at least get points for my team for reading books outside of the prompts, so we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, I definitely want to read this book and see what it's all about, and I might even read it and be like, oh yeah, that has nothing to do with political intrigue at all, but from where I'm sitting as of right now, it could. But that is going to do it here for me as far as the books that I'm planning on reading for this readathon. If you are interested in joining, there is that link to the Discord down in the description box, but we do have a hard cutoff date of May 24th so that we can get all of the teams together. As I said earlier, you just pick as many books as you're planning on reading for the month, and then you also choose your favorite Greek god or goddess and hope for the best as far as actually getting put on that team, just because we do want to make it fair and split it up as best as we can. I am very excited for this, especially because June is my birth month, so I'm ready to tackle this little competition starting off on the 1st of June, even though the 1st of June I might be a little too preoccupied celebrating my birthday to actually read, but I have the whole month following me afterwards, so we'll see how this one goes. And in the meantime, like I've said, I'm very excited about being a team captain on this one, even though at this current time I'm not sure if I'm allowed to announce which captain I am, but it is one of the prompts that I have chosen for this little TBR because I figured that I at least had to read a book under the captain name that I had, so I will let you all know just as soon as I am allowed to tell you. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, I would love it if you would consider giving it a little thumbs up, as well as potentially pressing on that little subscribe button to join me for this adventure and many more adventures on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes on Sundays when I post bookish and writerly and entertainment-y-esque content just like this. In the meantime, I hope you all have a day just as beautiful as you, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!